Alright everyone, this is Bob for a new episode of Oranda Power. And as you can see, we have some new decoration. So we have this new fish right here. We have this plant, which is supposed to represent a red Luguigia, I believe. Then we have this big stump. And we also have this new fake plant right there. So yeah, I had to remove the mountain as well as the temple. At first I thought I would only remove the mountain, but then I realized I didn't had enough place, so I had to remove the temple as well, but this replaced it quite well. Now we still have some real plants, so we have Anubias right here, as well as in the front of the stump. Might do something else with those two, but yeah, I was really surprised of how the root of the Anubias have actually grown, especially this one. This one has some massive roots. Not sure if we can really see them, but very strong, beautiful, healthy root system on that one. Also for the Java fern, they're actually not attached with any cord or anything. They are actually just jammed into some of the bones of the fish right here. And funny fact about that fish is that he glows in the dark. But sadly, I don't think on camera it will work that well. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that this piece of decoration glow in the dark. Now, all the fish really seems to enjoy swimming in the aquarium, and believe it or not, despite the fact that we have way more plants and obstacle, we also have much more space for the fish to actually swim. Because when we used to have the big mountain right here and the big temple, all this zone was fairly hard for the fish to swim. But now, as you can see, the Danios really enjoy to swim down there. I'm not sure if it's only just because I've opened the lights, so they are still a bit sleepy. Eventually they will come back at their normal zone of swimming, but a lot of fish really seems to enjoy this part of the aquarium, especially the dominant checkered barbs. The gold barbs seems to be enjoying this part, and the corridoras seems to enjoy this part the most, though all the fish just enjoy all the territory. Now the goldfish, they just prefer to stay at the front where they are right now, but they do have some place that they can swim and potentially hide if they really need to, though they, as you know them, they aren't the skittish type, but as you can see, they have plenty of place to swim back there. There we go. Thank you, Ghost, for displaying exactly what I was talking about. Did a good job, bro. So yeah, now I don't think I will have any more problem of territories or aggression, simply because there is so much hiding space. I mean, look at all the shade produced by all those plants. I mean, it would have to be like a really constant chasing. I mean, you can play hide and seek in there for like years before the fish you're hiding from actually find you. So yeah, also a nice thing about this cave is that there is another hole, a big hole, so they can actually come in and out of there, but they definitely prefer to actually stay on top of it. Like this part right here is really the, I guess, the throne of the aquarium. Oh, boo! You have scared me, bro. Or sister, actually. I think they are females, whatever. So I really love also the colors. I mean, pink isn't necessarily my favorite color, but this plant really looked nice, and in real life it's even better coloration. Whoa. Ghost is giving some jump scared. But yeah, what I like also is the fact that this plant kind of resembles to the blue of the rocks, and then we have that big plant. This is definitely my favorite of the two new plants. Really a lot of bright red, and I placed it this way so we can kind of have an you know, like a rule of third. So in the aquarium hobby, when you're aquascaping, you want to not put your like central piece of decoration directly in the middle. You want to place it at either 40 or 60% of the aquarium. So this is what I did with that one. And then with this color, there is kind of a nice balancing of things. So this color right here is really bright, and there is also like another part of the plant right here that is really bright as well. So I played a lot with the positioning of the plants until I achieved this one. So yeah, basically we have some red coming here, but not that bright. Then we have this really big spike of color, and then we have this big spike of color, and then it's diminished but still remain a bit pinkish at this point. So a lot of time have been put just messing around. This plant back there is an old one, and it was really hard to just place because it just doesn't want to sink in. There isn't the kind of little plastic bases where you just dig that thing in the gravel and the plant is supposed to stuck. Well, that plants don't have it anymore. So yeah, I just had to jam it, but I'm expecting it to probably try to float eventually. That's not gonna lie, it's gonna happen. So that might be a plant I'm going to remove eventually, as well as maybe the jungle vole. I mean, I definitely prefer this type of plants at this point. So having new ones back there could be also really good. I also like the general color of the aquarium. I mean, it's not crazy, but it definitely put up more color in the aquarium, and it kind of keep the thematic of red, yellow, and orange. So a lot of red. And it's good for matching my room, actually. So yeah, and for the fish it was just like you know, we have the mama, we have the papa, and then we have the little baby. I'm going to be sad to have removed the temple, but remember, nothing is like eternal in here, so I'm bound to eventually replace one of the decoration and put back the temple, or maybe use it in another project eventually. I mean, it's a really good piece of decoration. It's right here, but you cannot see it, so no need to show it more. But yeah, so finally, all the new plants and decoration are all made of plastic. Now I know, first of all, some people prefer the use of real plants to fake plants for several reasons. For example, real plants, they will actually be beneficial in the way that they eat the nitrate and ammonia in the water, while the plastic plants just don't do that because they're plastic, so they are fake. Another thing is that, you know, some fake plants just deteriorate when they are cheap, but those ones, they were like, I tested them a bit, and they look to be going to last for a long time. I mean, I have that one since I'm a teenager, as well as those two, so yeah, and they are definitely as nice looking as they were. Another critique that a lot of people give to the plastic plants is that the fish don't behave the same way as they do with real plants. But to be honest, you know, they kind of, well, with all this big chunk of plants creating a forest, you can definitely see that the fish really enjoyed it. As you can see, there is one interacting in the background right there. So yeah, like if you only have one plastic plant, obviously a real plant is better, but when you have a big cover like that, it creates something really natural, and the fish really behave as if they were real plants. I mean, they don't necessarily behave more with the Java fern than the plastic plants. So yeah, and also a lot of people kind of criticize him, do the critic that sometimes the plastic plants can be damageable for the fish, so it can cause injuries. But I made sure to use only plastic plants that are like not dangerous. Like I tested the leaves and all, and it was made of a plastic that won't hurt the scale of the fish. And anyway, most of the fish in there that will be utilizing a lot the plastic plants are really small and agile. I mean, as you can see, the goldfish don't really seem to be having that much interest into the new decor. They are always just begging in front of the aquarium anyway, so yeah. And as you can see, they have quite a lot of place anyway to swim. So yeah, I think overall all the fish really loves it. I also find some dry bloodworm, so the Daniels, I fed them that and they were crazy on it, so yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, basically I think I reached like a perfect balance right now. I'm really satisfied with this aquarium. Maybe replacing those 2 old plants with new ones eventually, but other than that, and maybe like putting some smaller plants like this size here and there, just to hide a bit more the sponge filter, for example. But other than that, I'm really satisfied with the scape of the aquarium. And one big advantage that you have with plastic plants compared to the real plants is the fact that you can move them really a lot more than with real plants. And also you don't need soil, you don't need fertilizer, you don't need CO2, you don't need to care about the lights. And if there is algae on them, you can clean them much easier than real plants. So yeah. If you're a beginner and you don't know how to take care of plants, by the way, even though I keep a lot of plants outside of the aquarium and I'm good at keeping them, I'm not really good with aquatic plants, or at least I'm still a beginner. But yeah, plastic plants are definitely a good option, and as you can see, you can definitely have a natural habitat for the fish while still having some crazy colors that the real plants don't always offer. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this new episode of Oranda Power. I hope you enjoyed the new aquascape. We will call this the Jurassic Jungle, simply because of the skulls and all. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you all real soon. Bye!